right, my darlings, find your favorite reading spot and get ready to dive deep. You are listening to Zealed Fujoshi, the one and only podcast that treats Yaoi with the artistic and narrative respect it deserves. I am your host, Cece, and I am so ready to get into it today. We are continuing our emotional and, let's be real, often harrowing expedition into the world of Mingwa's powerhouse manhwa, Jinx. Today, we are turning the page to the chapter that feels significant. We're dissecting Chapter 59. For anyone who might be new to our deep dives, Jinx is the stunningly rendered story of Joo Jaekyung, a formidable MMA champion whose emotional walls are thicker than steel, and Kim Dan, his physiotherapist, a man desperately trying to stay afloat in a sea of death, and Jaekyung's overwhelming presence. The relationship is a masterclass in tension, a complex dance of power, vulnerability, and a chemistry so potent it's practically radiating off everyone's screen. Yes, as expected, this is not a quiet moment chapter. There's an immediate sense of consequence. I'm imagining a panel that is either direct, explosive continuation of the previous chapter's end, or the heavy, oppressive silence immediately following a storm. Picture a close-up on Kim Dan. Is this his breaking point? We've seen him endure so much. This chapter I'm dedicating it to his expression. Be it one of utter despair, shock, or even a flicker of defiance, would be incredibly powerful at this moment. Alternatively, Jaekyung, the implications are just so potent with his actions. Is he witnessing the fallout of his own action? Is there a flicker of something unreadable in his eyes? Maybe regret, possessiveness, or just a cold observation. A single panel of Jaekyung's reaction or lack thereof can send the entire fandom into a week-long debate. The way Mingwa frames these characters, the use of shadow, and the lighting often tells us more than any dialogue ever could. After a chapter this pivotal, you know the reactions are just off the charts. And I just have to say, Mingwa's creation in this chapter 59, my heart is in Mingwa's hands, and I feel like Mingwa is absolutely crushing it. Someone please post pictures of kittens or something. I need to see something wholesome to recover from the sheer emotional devastation this chapter has given me. I think like my soul left my body at some point. I feel like sometimes when I'm reading this chapter, this isn't really a manhwa. It's a very extreme sport and I'm losing it. Chapter 59 is really brutal. It's that shared experience of being put through an emotional ringer by the master storyteller Mingwa is. And sadly, we all signed up for it. We love it, even when it hurts. And I just have to say, Kim Dan's reactions in chapter 59 feels like a major turning point. The moment where he wasn't just sadness, it was the result of everything building up to chapter 59. This really is the breaking point we've been waiting for. And Jaekyung's reaction to Kim Dan's distress in this chapter is really fascinating. I kind of see a flicker of empathy from Jaekyung, or was it just his control being threatened in this chapter? I really couldn't put my hand on it. But officially, after this chapter, I'm officially starting the Kim Dan Protection and Happiness Fund. And bet you my first order of business is get him away from Joo Jaekyung for a 5-minute nap or maybe some warm meal. But, really, like this chapter, my heart aches for Kim Dan. Every chapter, I think it can't get worse. And then Mingwa writes chapter 59. And I feel like Kim Dan deserves so much better. My sweet, resilient little potato. Regardless of how much this chapter emotionally destroyed me, I have to say, Mingwa's storytelling is another impeccable work in this chapter. The pacing, the tension, and the visual flow is just flawless. The art, did you see the detail in their expression, especially around the final act? You could feel the raw emotions bleeding off the page. Mingwa is simply on another level in this chapter. And so, my Fujoshi brethren, what are your theories for what's literally happening in this chapter 59? I need to know your thoughts to survive the wait. And my wonderful listeners, I'm bringing us to a close today. The Zealed Fujoshi's podcast, chapter 59 of Jinx, by all accounts, a very monumental one, and it gave me a lot of things to process. I hope you let me know in the comment section what you thought. Find my podcast in your choice. Subscribe and join the conversation. Your voice is very vital to the Zealed Fujoshi community. Join me next time as we continue our journey through the captivating world of Jinx, always with a critical eye and a lot of passionate heart. Until then, take care of yourselves and never stop celebrating the stories that move you. This is Cece signing off.